All right, look, as photographers, the boring admin stuff like sales, marketing, catching up on emails, nobody wants to do that. We'll be completely honest here. I mean, why sit at the desk and try and work when you can go out in the perfect lighting and get photos? I mean, even if it's not with clients, just enjoying the moment, right? Well, I hate to say it, but if we don't do things like the sales and marketing aspect, then we're never going to drive clients into the business. And unfortunately, it's not going to grow. And while you may become the greatest photographer there ever was, if you're not driving clients and building a name up for yourself, you're going to be the greatest photographer that nobody's ever really heard of. But who am I? My name is Dylan, and I'm a professional salesperson. I've been doing it for over 10 years and a hobby photographer. And I'm going to share my productivity systems with you in order to get the maximum amount of effort in the shortest amount of time so we can drive clients and get paid by doing what we love. So what's the first task? Well, I mean, this is our battle station, right? If you're a working photographer, chances are you're working at your home. And what do we have to do? We have to clear this thing off. Take away any distractions at all. Any games, your gear, toys, whatever it may be that you find calling to you for distractions, get rid of it. Clean this desk up so that it's ergonomic and ready for you to actually get to work at. And once that's done, it's easy, right? Well, not exactly. I hate to break it to you. Well, once everything is all clear and you're ready for work, you're probably going to think of like 10 million things to do and your brain's going to get overwhelmed, and then you're going to be looking again for distractions to kill time and kill your business. So what do we have to do? Next, we're going to start time blocking. Take your entire day, open up a Google Calendar or whatever you use, and start blocking out certain aspects of the day. Let's say first thing in the morning, you're going to spend 2 hours going through emails. Next, right after that, we're going to be doing customer outreach. Certainly in the morning still, maybe just as people are getting ready for work. Now's the time to start making calls and getting clients set up for the day. Next, you can slot time for appointments. You can slot time now for the people you've already got into the business to do your shoots. Blocking everything out throughout the day is going to help you become way more efficient because you can actually see exactly what you're supposed to do in that day instead of getting mixed up and everything's kind of happening at once, or nothing's happening at all and you're just sitting there, playing your games. I mean, those two things right there are going to put you ahead of 80% of the competition because now you're focused and ready to go. So here's a couple more tactics that I use that really maximize what I'm doing. When I'm talking with customers or clients on the phone, I make sure to always have a notepad or I have a whiteboard where I'm actively writing as I'm talking. I'm starting with the client's name, phone number, maybe if they're, in a business, what the business is, and then little blurbs about the conversation, something that you can go back to. Because the worst thing ever is starting every conversation like you're at square one. When they call up, you need to have a quick little blurb on what you talked about before, and they're going to feel appreciative because you took the time to understand their exact needs. Think about how many times that you've been on the phone with maybe customer support 1, 2, 3 times, and they've actually gone back to the notes and immediately known why you called and exactly what the next steps are. Goes a long way, right? It actually makes you feel like somebody's there for you and they understand your needs. And that's exactly what you are. That's going to make people want to come directly to you every single time. And that connection. And that's where something where also like a customer relationship manager comes into play. You have these blurbs and this information you've taken about the customer. Now you can actually put it into one of these programs. And every time you want to go back to, let's say, Jim's Hardware, you have all the information about what you had talked about with the customer on your computer. So in case you lose the note or erase it from the whiteboard, but we know things can get distracting, right? Maybe you're just in your home and people are talking around you, or maybe you're in a small office and there's constant chatter right around you. What can you do so you can stay on task? Well, one of the things that I found was great was a pair of actually noise canceling headphones. Noise canceling headphones are perfect when you need to drown out everything around you. Depending on how much you spend and which ones you get, it could lessen the effect of that or make it way better so you hear absolutely nothing. If you do have something on the more budget friendly side, there's also YouTube videos where you can look up white noise, or they call it brown noise, where it also noise cancels around, but it doesn't give you like lyrics to a song or something that can distract you, much like everything going on around you. I personally found this at one of the absolute best things you can do. People are always going to want to talk to you because you're an interesting person. I like talking to you here. I'm sure everyone around you also likes talking to you. And that can be where the problems lie, because you need to get to work, right? You need to make money. You need to bring in clients, and you ain't got no time to bleed. So we have pretty much everything now set up for success. But there is one thing right on your desk that I'm sure you realize is going to kill a lot more productivity than you want it to. And that is your regular smartphone. This, I'm sure if you looked at how much screen time you probably use on this, is a time killer. What you got to do is if you have to, and you find this is a problem, is there's certain apps that you can find on your phone that limit your accessibility. Maybe you need to just completely uninstall social medias right off your phone, or you can even have a dedicated phone that's like a dumb phone and it doesn't have all those apps. You can have it sitting right at your desk, almost like a landline. Those are one of the two ways that you could possibly clear out that as a distraction. I mean, social media was basically engineered to distract you. They want you on there. They want you using that as much as humanly possible. And chances are you're probably on Instagram or Facebook to a lesser extent, more than you'd like to anyways. So just get rid of it. You can reinstall it after, and it'll still have all your login information. It's not that bad. And one bonus tip I'm going to give to you, get something like a smartwatch. I found that one of the coolest things that I can use for this smartwatch is set notifications and reminders right on here. So let's say I have a meeting, or I have a client coming or I have to go to a client lunch. I just put a notification in here to remind me an hour or two beforehand. It's like having your calendar right on your wrist. And it also kind of doubles as a dumb phone. I mean, you can't play Candy Crush on your watch, right? I mean, it does some interesting things, but it's not really calling to waste time. So if you got all these things down and you're implementing them in your everyday life, congratulations. You're now an efficiency machine. And you've now mastered one of the many steps in order to maximize the customers coming through the door and the money in your pocket. But that's it for me today. Once again, my name is Dylan, professional salesperson, hobby photographer, and we'll be back again for more videos. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you in the next video.